this to say to you that the version of the story that you've been told is not true. It was leaked out of context. And this whole thing could have been avoided if we just had a conversation about why we're doing this. Therefore, the intent of the leak was not to aid economic recovery of the country. It was something else that has got nothing to do with the mandate that is in the Tourism Act. And I think that whoever is responsible for that leak needs to be isolated. It is un-South African to behave in that manner. The board then met at 8 p.m. We went through the conversation, and here is what the board decided. Obviously, it's an internal document. I cannot make it available to you, but this is what I can say to you. The board made a conditional approval. Conditional. And the condition was, we believe that commercially this makes sense, but can you go and align with all stakeholders, including the minister, including the DG, including Treasury, including provinces? Just go and make sure that all stakeholders are aligned. But before we could do that, this issue was already in the public domain. So all stakeholders that say that they were not consulted, it's the truth. We were still on our way before this thing was leaked. And we could not have engaged without at least an approval in principle from our board. So that was a sequence of events. The leak superseded the engagement, and therefore we are still going through that engagement because we believe in the commercial value of what we are doing. So this whole thing that we have now signed off, $1 billion rands, to some team, get your facts straight. There is no signed contract. And let that be clear. Is there an intention to? Absolutely. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. In terms of the ramifications, we have got internal processes that we will follow in terms of identifying how the leak occurred. Documents that are discussed inside of a board environment are confidential documents. And it is a breach of the board charter. It is a breach of conditions of employment to leak documents outside of due process. So the applicable, processes will be followed, and should the actor of the leak, be identified, the relevant, remedies will be made available to the board to address it. And that is as far as I can go in that regard.